Hello and welcome to the YouTube podcast series of Citiesabc and Open Business Council. I'm Hilton Super, the Vice Chairman of Citiesabc Group, and today I had the pleasure of speaking to Alex Pisemskiy, who's the CEO and founder of ZENPULSAR, an AI data company which is based in the UK, where they analyze billions of data points from multiple social media platforms to extract unique value from the financial services sector, business, and governments. Now, this is where we interview people that are changing the world. People that are inspiring us with their achievements and creativity, acumen with the use of technology. In previous interviews, we have interviewed over 300 amazing people and achieved more than 15 million views on YouTube. This interview series on Citiesabc is in partnership with our platforms openbusinesscouncil.org, a Web3 4IR-based platform utilizing technology that employs the use of truth and trust through the unique corporate digital identity using blockchain and the deployment of data analytics, AI, and machine learning. So today, Alex Pisemskiy, welcome.
Yeah, hi Hilton. Hi everyone. Thanks for having me today.
So where are you at the moment, Alex?
Currently, I'm in Geneva. So I arrived here yesterday, preparing to a number of meetings here with hedge funds and other financial sector players.
Yes. You just told me some very interesting news that you're going to be spending some time in Berlin. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So we are the AI company. We were selected by Google to participate in their acceleration program, which is called AI First, targeting especially the AI companies headquartered in Europe and in the UK. And ZENPULSAR was selected out of several hundreds of them to be a part of this program. And I believe this will be really great value for us, giving access to advisors and expertise of Google team. And so, of course, this will help to scale our business, both on the tech side and then on the sales and market traction.
That's really, really exciting news. You're at the forefront of all this development in AI. But tell us a little bit about your background and where did you first start getting interested in technology when you were a young man?
Actually, I was keen on technology since I was a young kid. So I started programming at the age of 14. And when it's get time to enter the university, I looked around and have chosen the cybersecurity as I believe that this will be really one of the skill sets for the future. So yeah, 20 years ago, we did not depend so much on technologies and all the applications, smartphones, computers, as we are depending today. But it was obvious where the trend is going, and protecting data, protecting information system networks, financial sector was something that it was really interesting and exciting. So that's why I decided to study cybersecurity, and this was really interesting and good decision I think I made.
Oh, no, exactly. I mean, you really, as I said before, on the forefront of the development of, the new technologies that we're utilizing today in the Web3 space. So tell us a little bit about your early career path and your motivations and inspirations for that.
Yeah, so being a student of the first year in the university, together with my three friends, we started thinking about what it will be interesting to do and to develop, and we analyzed the cybersecurity market sector and saw that there is a huge space related to investigation of cybercrime. So that time, there were not many companies specializing in this, but there were already hacker attacks and different cases when hackers were stealing money from financial institutions, were penetrating different systems. And we decided to combine our efforts and kick off our first venture, actually, called Group IB. So now it's one of the leading companies in the world, specializing on cybercrime investigations and threat intelligence. So like from like early years, like I like switched to be an entrepreneur. And actually, I think that it was it was really exciting because like when you are young, you are very easy to make such like big steps and decisions because you have nothing to lose. And when we started the business, we know actually nothing about how to do it. We read a lot of books. We spoke with like experienced entrepreneurs in IT space, and it was like constant learning curve with tries of different approaches, accessing the markets, and it was like a very, very interesting journey. And when in 2011 I exited Group IB, it was a kind of first experience of successfully selling the business. Turned to be an investor. So I started building my portfolio of investments, mostly also in technological companies. And further on, I continued developments in area of technology. So focusing heavily on data analytics in the space of cybersecurity, economic crime investigation and prevention, AI. So as like data today is, I think that one of the most powerful area and resource which we all need to analyze and understand better and use this be more data driven in taking our decisions on like as individuals or as a business.
So the inspiration behind all this work that you're doing culminated in ZENPULSAR. So that motivation you had of doing something in the AI space and data space, what was the inspiration behind that?
In the ZENPULSAR, like what inspired us? So in 2021, we as Kalita Partners, so one of our consulting divisions specializing on financial crime investigations and forensics, we were engaged by the customer to investigate information campaign in Twitter, which was heavily driven by bots and influencers spreading harmful narratives and disinformation. And when we started dealing with this case, we realized how impactful social media is and how easy to manipulate with public opinion using bots and proper techniques. And this triggered us to realize that, okay, here is a market that we can look at. So there were no other solutions which could help like business investors, real users to understand what is authentic and what is not. And we started ZENPULSAR as from the idea to support the integrity of social media to counter this different type of information campaigns, disinformation campaigns, and get the more feeling of what is authentic and what is not. And we started the building around this idea, and in few months we saw the GameStop crash happening. So it was the short squeeze driven by activity of retail investors in Reddit, and after that in other social medias like Twitter and etc. And that's demonstrated how financial markets are impactful by social media, and how coordinated activities or information campaigns could affect the narrative and the sentiment of investors on that space. And we decided to focus on on financial sector, and like started to develop our AI models, which like gave us ability to analyze like billions of data points from multiple social media platforms, and like distinguish what are the authentic activities, what are the bot activities, and what is the real user activities, to extract the sentiment and see how it's evolving, and are there any significant changes in the behavior of users in social media, so to detect the outliers or change points which define the trend change and the emerging narrative development. And this something, and this is what we currently continuing to do. So we analyze the data from Twitter, Reddit, Telegram, and other social media platforms to provide to professional investors with actionable analytics. So to squeeze off all the noise which happening in social media, because like in 70% of traffic is generated by bots. And we help to see what is relevant for you as investor, for instance, in Tesla or in like crypto, and see what is the social media traction of particular news narratives, what is the trend developing around your assets. Are there any impactful news or posts which define the trend or the change of this of this trend?
So would you say that ZENPULSAR technology and what you've developed at ZENPULSAR is the process of evaluating public data using your AI tools that enables you to determine for your clients what that impact could be on their bottom line in terms of the financial impact on their business? So how does that differentiate you from the rest of the providers of these type of tools in the marketplace?
Yeah, it's a really good question, because there are a number of social media analytics companies on the market today. And so I think that there are several major points which it's important to highlight. First of all, it's the way how we deal with the data. So we developed the platform which is capable to analyze different types of information. So it's text data, it's video data, image data, etc., from multiple data sources. So this gives us ability to cover different social media platforms, public forums, and other data sources, to combine information together, extract the context, extract the narratives, find the connections within this information, and then like combine it together to deliver insights and valuable analytics so for to investors. And the main part of here is our data-centric AI approach, which gives us ability to like be very precise in terms of our deliverables, and provide very high level of accuracy of and relevancy of the data which we provide. This is one aspect, and the second aspect is our ability to clean up the noise. So like, you know that social media is very noisy. So like there are millions, billions of users who speak on the different topics, and investment is like huge domain. So and there are bots, there are influencers, there are market analysts, there are policymakers, retail investors, and they speak about assets in many social media platforms in different languages, etc. So for investor to get understanding of what's happening, they need to drive through this noise and spot what is relevant and what is not. So we have developed the AI algorithms which are able to make significant noise reduction, so like up to 98%, and give the ability to focus on what is really important and relevant for financial sector. So maybe you know that in financial bots create more than 75% of the traffic related to financial assets in social media. So that's why to labeling the conversations which are bot driven and which are human driven is very important. And this precision in terms of bot detection and noise cancellation lays in our background. So as the cybersecurity professionals. So because cybersecurity is a front line of technologies, because cybersecurity protects information space from hackers who use all the modern tools, and they are not limited with any legal boundaries, country boundaries, etc. And bots is something which is for many years are used by cyber criminals to do different type of illegal activities in the internet. So that experience of countering cybercrime and investigating cybercrimes helps us to adopt this knowledge, these technologies in bot detection, noise cancellation, different type of adversarial activities to financial sector, to financial domain. And this is, I believe, one of significant competitive edges which we have, because as far as I know, no one other players have such significant level of and precision in bot detection and noise cancellation.
That was going to be one of my questions. You've answered it for me, because bot detection is one of the biggest challenges that we have today in social media. But then there's the other challenge. The other challenge is the parameterization of your AI models. Obviously you've come at it very early, with your cybersecurity work that you've been doing, which requires, the parameterization of these AI models is millions of parameters. So you're actually bringing all that cybersecurity experience into the parameterization of your AI models, which a lot of people aren't essentially doing. But there's various types of parameters, millions of parameters. There's embedded parameters, there's transform layers, there's attention parameters, there's also the feed-forward parameterization. Then you have to try and normalize all this information to take out the biases. And then, of course, you want to have a layer which is the, sort of looking at what are the output parameters from the work that you're doing. This is exceptionally difficult to do, and you can't do it if you start doing that today. You must have obviously you've got the experience of doing this before. So, and I just find it so curious. But with millions, and we're talking about millions of parameters. Can you tell us how many parameters you're dealing with?
It depends on our AI pipeline consists of multiple models, which each of models take its function. So there are models which focusing on noise cancellation. So actually labeling what is bot activity, what is real user activity, so the profiling of the traffic. And other NLP models are focused on extracting the sentiment, the context, on understanding the narrative, the type of the statement. Is it opinion, or this is the prediction on, for instance, price dynamics, or this is the fact statement. And other models are responsible for analysis of the transforming these text data into time series data, etc. So, and each of these models have different number of parameters. So I think that here the most important thing is not to so number of parameters is of course important, but there are in each model and in each situation, there are parameters which have the biggest impact. And I think what is the there are two approaches right now in terms of how these machine learning systems are improving and development in terms of data accuracy, etc. So one is focusing on tuning these parameters to have the highest level of precision, and here is the risk of over-tuning of the model, so that, for instance, on the training data set, you could be extremely precise, but the data is evolving and developing. So to overfitting of the model on the current data set can cause significant errors on the future data. So it doesn't provide the consistency of the results during the time frame. We have the different approach. We focusing on again data-centric approach. So that means that we constantly updating our training data, so that it always reflects the current situation on the market, the current situation in the data space. And we are improving the quality of the output through the improvement of our training data sets. So we're not overfitting our models, we are improving our how they're trained. Because in ML world, in AI world, data is the code. Because most part of companies using pretty the same models as the starting point, and the difference is in the way how they are trained and what the data sets they are trained with. So here, our approach gives us ability to guarantee and to demonstrate the high quality of output and relevancy of the output on the long term. So this is what makes us different from many other competitors and other players in AI.
This is very interesting. I mean, another key aspect of doing this is the processing power to manage all these parameters and manage the data. And of course, coming from a cybersecurity background, how have you been able to optimize the data sets and the technology in such a way that you minimize the processing time and the processing part? Because not only is data expensive, but the manipulation of the data, or the analysis of the data, and the processing power that is required in order to get some meaningful insights is becoming much more expensive.
I think that there are few components here. First of all, we have amazing tech team, which always coming up with new ways how we can improve our efficiency. So, for instance, there are hundreds of thousands of financial assets across the world. So to detect relevant communications to each of the assets, so we need to come up with some keywords which help to identify conversation relevance to related to these assets. So we work as we're a team of 15 people right now, whereas half of them are our data science and engineering team. And we understand that we don't want to grow to hundreds of tech guys and have a lot of human power behind our AI. And from the day one, we were focusing on automation of a lot of analytical work. So right now our models for identification of relevant conversations use topic modeling technique to develop these keywords, and this happens fully in automated way. So today we can onboard thousands of assets with minimum involvement of the human being. So that gives us ability to scale significantly and with minimal like computing power and minimal engagement of like analysts. So we do also the same things on how we process and maintain the data. We use different types of technologies which help us to access the information on the quickly on large scale. So use vector databases, use non-SQL databases, and we heavily utilize cloud computing, which is like great like instrument to quickly scale up or scale down the computing power depending on what you need. And we like our models, some of them are retrained on like daily or weekly basis, depending on how the dynamic was the social media space like during this period of time. Because if like the week ago it was a bull run on crypto market, but something happened and the trend changed. And now everyone look south. That means that the narratives. That means that context of conversation has been changed, and this can affect the models. This can affect how people express their opinions, express their sentiment, and this like require a bit of update of models so to keep them relevant. So like combination of efficient usage of modern technologies plus brilliant team makes like this big task really manageable. And of course, like our support, which Google and other technological companies provide to startups, helps us to scale and to adopt most modern tools very fast.
That's fascinating. I mean, as you know, as we've, you're dealing with a data set or data sets, which is effectively very much social data or information from social media and various platforms, which themselves tend to be divisive and polarizing, because the way the algorithms are built, they tend to really differentiate the voices into various camps. So with that natural biases that exist in terms of the input of the data, okay, now you come along and you analyze that. What ways are you and techniques are you using to, if you need to, and I don't know if it's a philosophical point, to minimize that extreme polarization and biases?
It's a really good and very difficult question. So significant again. So like we analyze the data which is created by people. So each of us has his own vision, biases, etc., and we reflect it in the posts which we make on Twitter or on other social media platforms. So another point is how the model are tuned, and do they like make biased decisions during the analysis. So in our business and in our technology, so we minimize this risk because first of all, our goal is to provide different opinions and relevant opinions and information to our customers, so the users of our platform, and we use different data sources. So we're not only working with data from like biggest and conventional social media platforms like Twitter or Reddit. We cover today 20 social media platforms, which include specific ones for financial sector, like Seeking Alpha, like Telegram, like Facebook, YouTube. Plus, we have significant focus on Asian region. So we cover today, I think, around 10,000 stocks traded on Asian stock exchanges. Plus, we have around 12 social media data sources. out of this region. So including Weibo, PTT, and others. So, and combination of data from different parts of the world, from different user groups. So influencers or market analysts from the US, Europe, Middle East, Asia, gives ability to not follow into one or another direction. And so we are keen to provide all the information to the users of the platform so that they can decide what is important for them and what is not. So our goal is to remove the noise and show what is relevant and what is important, what has traction in social media and what impacts the opinion of others.
Mm-hmm. This does include not just social media, but it includes all the different news channels as well.
Yes, it's true. So social media is just a medium of exchanging the information. Of course, like in the data which we analyze, there is much more than just post in Reddit or in Twitter. So our analysis goes beyond that to news data, which is shared through social media, different types of analytical reports and other type of information which is shared. So we look at the financial sector through the lens of social media and show what is happening there, what drives the narrative, what drives the attitude and activity of users in social media related to stocks, cryptos, commodities, etc.
I mean, in terms of obviously you've analyzed what's going on in the past. You say it's a time series and it goes and it's updating itself all the time. In terms of, I'm going to talk about predictivity. So if you look at the potential benefits of combining AI analysis with the human intuition and predicting markets, how do these elements come together and complement each other in your approach at ZENPULSAR?
So again, the human being is like the final decision maker in many situations. So I think that the biggest value from AI and other analytical platforms is to help the analyst to make the better decision that he can do it on his own. So like we as individuals are limited in terms of how many data points we can read, understand, and take into consideration. So AI and other automated tools don't have such limitation. So our goal is to give the user of the platform, the analyst, the trader, investor, so the relevant, accurate, and information on timely basis, so that he can don't waste his or her time on going across different noise, and so just focus on what is really important and what is driving the markets today, what define the trends. So that's that is like what I think that's the best combination of analysts and AI could be. So AI just labels the data, removes the noise, and gives it in front of your eyes, so you can quickly assess and move ahead.
Yeah. So in terms of decision making, in terms of implementing this type of model in, say, financial markets, there's two approaches. There's the data, which is interpreted by an individual professional, and then that professional is enabled to then make decisions based on that. Then there's the systematic approach, which is data-driven models, and then there's the systematic implementation of those insights into making buy and sell decisions on various asset classes. So the development of what you're doing, how much of what you're doing is done in terms of providing data to those individual professionals, and do you see it becoming much more of a systematic implementation of a trading strategy?
So like there are different applications of the data which we have. So depending on the strategy and depending on the format of the investing. So besides this like discretionary or fundamental analysis, which is more like human driven, there are quantitative strategies which absorb vast amounts of data to like build the best like decisions and generate high ROI. So like our data, like we did the research study to understand what is the impact of adding social media to standard like more financial markets data-driven strategies, and the results are like really exciting. So we achieved more than 6 times better performance of strategies with our sentiment data comparing to the same strategies but without our sentiment data. So this is the great like way how like quantitative funds traders can improve their performance, get higher alpha, just adding sentiment as one of the data is one of the sources to their strategies, and this data is like has historical like data set, which is quite easy to test and see how this impact their current strategies and see like how much additional return they can get using adding this data source.
Yeah. I mean, the real challenge, I think, for you, Alex, is, given these incredible insights that you have and the incredible models that you have, there's most people say, well, why don't you just take your own capital and trade it and make lots of money and then not worry about growing a business with all the headaches of growing a business? I mean, it's a very simple question, but it's interesting to try and understand your objective, what you're trying to achieve, your goals and your motivation.
Like investment decision process is quite complex, and no one makes it on just one data source. So social media data and like any other data is just one of piece of educating your investment decision. That's why, of course, it's possible to build some naive investing model based purely on sentiment data, but it will be not as efficient as models combining other types of the data, other analytics. So that's why we are focusing on areas which we are very like confident and competent. So the analysis of the data and cleaning the noise and extracting insights and signals out of big volumes of information and giving this data to investors who know how to use it in the most efficient way. So this is like the short answer, I hope, on such question, because really many this question is asked like quite often, but it's like everyone should do his own business, and we're in business of data analysis and not purely investment. So we're not a fund.
Absolutely, I understand. No, because you can come to a point if the models are so, very, very predictive. Okay, a large institution, some of these the largest financial institutions would want to say, okay, come work for us and then don't work for anybody else and not work for the competition, because and then you end up being absorbed into a large, monolith, and that's it. Yes, it can be financially rewarding for you, but not I don't think intellectually challenging
I think here it's very important to understand how financial institutions are dealing with this information, because everyone has their own strategy. Everyone has their algorithms how to analyze the data. They have so that's why accessing the same data by different financial institutions results in different performance and different financial results for them, because they have their own zoo of models which only they know. So that's why it's pretty unique for each fund, for each trader, how our data could be applied, and what would be the result. So this gives ability to alternative data providers to work with multiple customers on the financial market, and not break actually the markets with selling the data to many players in the same asset class domain, for instance.
I can understand that. So what are the challenges or limitations of these sort of predictive models, and how do you strike the balance between the very automated and then the human expertise? How do you parameterize that between the human intervention and the pure data analysis?
I think here it significantly depends on the profile of the customer. So big hedge funds who use quantitative approach, so they deal they don't need actually a lot of analytics on our side. They just want the data, understand how this data is sourced, how it was processed, to assess what was how the black box of what we have in our AI models can impact the output. And there are other groups of customers who want more analytics and more actionable insights arriving out of our data. And here, our models, our detection of outliers, change points, impactful events, narratives, really play a lot of has significant importance. And this is something that they see, that they start their analysis with. So I think that the biggest challenge for AI usage in financial sector is that it's considered as a black box. So because no one knows in the detail how the data is analyzed inside. So you see what you put on the input and what you get on the output. This triggers to develop more transparency and I would say explainability of what's happening within the AI models. And I believe that this will drive significantly the adoption of AI further on in financial sector. But today, you have different options. You can build your own quantitative models using different data sources and control the analytics on your end. But you need to have infrastructure, you need to have data scientists, researchers, etc. So it's a pretty heavy and expensive setup. Or you can use some third-party analysis and make the tests on the historical data to see the performance, how it develops during the time, and take risk of not understanding what is actually happening on the back of of models, and use the the output of this analysis as just like one of the sources, and of course take the decision, should you follow it or not. And what we actually right now is working also on how we see the development of our technology. So we want to change the way how investors interact with the data. So right now, this is the combination of text, some research data, quantitative data, and everything is spread. So you need to take the information from the different sources. And what we now moving to, we want to adopt information from different sources, analyze it, and provide the interface which will give actionable insights and answers to the investor. So we, in a few weeks, we're releasing our GPT-like AI trade idea companion, which will use our data plus additional data sources to actually answer the questions, provide the insights, describe the market situation, find the similar market situations in the past, etc. So our ultimate goal is to make ability to create on the fly file-tuned models for investors. So, for instance, you are a commodity trader, and you want to see how the price was, what was the dynamics of the price during particular events happening in the past. So fires, floods, changes of LIBOR, etc. And you just can quickly provide to the bot what are these events and get the model fine-tuned for your needs. So this can will be a kind of a breakthrough in terms of how quickly you can test investment ideas and strategies and see these correlations and adopt this to the investment decision process. So this is, I think, that where the usage of AI should go. So to be more customizable and on the fly adopted to the needs of the investor. So to make this back testing and analytics faster and more precise.
Yeah. So looking to the future, how do you foresee the evolution of AI-driven prediction markets, and what advancements or innovations can you see on the horizon coming that you need to really start looking at?
We see today that in general, financial sector is pioneering and actively moving forward the adoption of AI and machine learning. So comparing to other industries, so hedge funds today are biggest consumers of alternative data, of different formats, and so this is the huge trend. So from one side, the democratization of machine learning operations and the cost of computing power, and from another side, the increasing volumes of information, of data, which need to be processed and applied to make this better decisions. So will stimulate a bigger usage of AI by financial sector players on all the levels. So not only top tier funds, but smaller players, because there are many companies which already provide this as a service. And we see that there will be much more potential interaction of AI to AI between models and data sources, so to find the best data streams, the best data points which fit the model. So removing of the individual from this computation and analytical part will significantly increase. And like speaking about social media data space, now around 60% of human population have access to social media and actively using it. So we see that this number will dramatically increase, especially for Asia, for Africa, Latin America, and this will make the importance of social media analytics even higher. So not only for financial sector, but in general for consumer goods, FMCG, medicine, marketing, etc. And even now in Asia, the quantity of non-institutional investors, of retail investors, is higher than on the West. So that, and each of retail investors, like most part of them, they don't create the investment narratives and investment ideas themselves. So they get this information either from research papers, but mostly from social media. So they subscribe to some analysts, influencers, and to the groups, etc. So that drives the impact of social media on the volumes of trade, on the sentiment, on the general investment narrative, significantly. So that's why, I think that the importance will grow, data volumes will grow, and we are really happy to be here today, developing the solution which can fit all these use cases and demand to such increasing volumes of data in the future.
Alex, this has been a very, very interesting, very educative discussion. I've really, really enjoyed speaking with you, and
thank you, Hilton.
I'm fascinated to continue to follow the development of ZENPULSAR yourself, and your move to Berlin, or spending some time in Berlin on the Google Accelerator sounds very exciting. And for our audience, I would really like them to be able to engage with you. So what's the best way in which people can connect with you?
So I'm always available via LinkedIn and via my email. So in case of any questions, you're always welcome to get in touch with me. Thank you.
Through social media as well? Are you active on Twitter? Or
so not very active on Twitter. So more LinkedIn.
More LinkedIn. Excellent.
Yes.
So Alex Pisemskiy, thank you very much indeed. And I'm looking forward to engaging with you again and getting a follow-up on the developments of ZENPULSAR. Thank you.
Thank you, Hilton. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for viewing and engaging with today's podcast. If you're interested in knowing more about citiesabc.com with openbusinesscouncil.org, go to our platforms, as well as you can also find me on social media and direct message me, Hilton Super, on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And do go to the other interviews we have done on YouTube. And don't forget to like and comment. So thank you very much for your time and engaging with this interview today on Citiesabc.